There are clear signs that China is currently looking for a soft spot between living with the virus and maintaining its zero COVID policy. But the mounting cases in Hong Kong has completely complicated the whole situation. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Business Connect. My name is Roy. I'm a foreign expert and an entrepreneur living here in China. Today's video we'll be looking at what next for China's zero COVID strategy. It's about 2 weeks now since China successfully hosted the Beijing 2022 Olympics with close to an insignificant rate in COVID-19 cases. And currently China is hosting the Paralympics Winter Games. Analysts said the Winter Olympics had not only burnished China's international reputation, but also boosted its confidence in using strict measures to achieve dynamic clearing of COVID-19. But currently, this approach has been facing strict resistance with surging cases in Hong Kong. Despite this, 2 years of mass screening, instructive contact tracing, and repeated lockdowns have taken their toll, and China is looking for a way out while keeping political and social risks to a minimum. China is the only country in the world that is currently staying stiff to its zero COVID strategy, in contrast to other countries that are already considering to live with the virus. Britain and Sweden, for example, have removed or planning to remove all COVID-19 restrictions and scale back testing. Ahead of its annual session of the National People's Congress, the spokesman of the NPC said China will continue to stay firm to its zero COVID strategy. The spokesman Zhang Yesui said, and I quote, "The impact on daily life caused by the pandemic control measures is temporary and limited. The measures guarantee normal life and production for most people in most areas. The dynamic zero COVID policy is the right approach and has good results." However, as thousands of NPC deputies and members of top advisory body, the Chinese People's Political Consultative Conference, gather in the capital, China's success in keeping the COVID-19 cases low is being overshadowed by a massive outbreak in Hong Kong. The outbreak means half of the Hong Kong's NPC deputies will be absent from the annual meeting, with some stranded in Shenzhen and unable to fly to Beijing. The cases that went undetected in Hong Kong since December 31st has grown up to over 390,000. However, with mass testing, screening, and isolation, China is trying to keep down this number to its lowest. According to Yang Wenhang, a senior fellow for global health at the New York-based Council in Foreign Relations, there is a strong incentive for China to squeeze down the numbers in Hong Kong rather than adopting the Western style of trying to live with the virus. These were his words. "If you have this rapid spread of the virus in a city, it poses significantly increased risk that the COVID-19 may be spreading beyond the Hong Kong borders into China." You know, for me, when I look at this situation now, I think it's becoming like a political challenge. Because if finally China suppresses the virus, it will boost its image compared to other countries that are still struggling with the virus. So it's like a political struggle between which country is able to suppress the virus more than the other. One of China's top epidemiologists in an interview said Beijing is currently trying to find a way to strike a balance between living with the virus and maintaining its zero COVID strategy. But how can this be achieved? How can China find that soft spot between living with the virus and maintaining its zero COVID strategy? With several interviews granted to China's top epidemiologists, political and economic advisors, everyone is saying very clearly that China is currently looking for a way of striking this balance. China is currently trying to look for a way of interacting with the rest of the world and continuing economic activities, political and social activities, but controlling the virus. But how can this be achieved? Looking at the situation in Hong Kong and what's happening to the rest of the world, with interviews granted to top health officials and political advisors, they think that the way forward for China is to accept foreign vaccines, is to partner with the rest of the world in combating this disease. Because if China continues to handle it its own way and not partnering and not communicating with the rest of the world, or not trying to collaborate with the rest of the world, then China might finally find itself so isolated. And this is not the situation China plans to find itself in the next few years. So a very optimistic timeline that a lot of doubts will be cleared will be after the National Congress by the end of this year, 2022. So after the National Congress by the end of this year, a more clearer timeline will be given or will be reached at on how China plans to handle the virus in the next couple of years. So you can see very clearly from all this that the future is still not very clear on how China plans to handle the virus in the next couple of years. So this is all I gathered to share with you guys as far as this topic is concerned. A detailed article on this topic will be at the description. If you're interested to know more details about this topic, just go down to the description box and you'll find details. Like the video, share it with someone, and if you're not yet subscribed to our channel, please hit that subscription button so that when we bring videos like this, YouTube will notify you and you'll be the first to watch our videos. Until now, as usual, it's peace out. I'll see you in our next video. Bye bye.